what can you say to the skill of achieving focus in programming? Like, do you have a process of how you sit down and try to sort of approach a problem? So all the different, not just distractions, but the challenges of starting a project, of thinking through like the design, how to maintain like real focus, because it's a really difficult intellectual endeavor.
I guess at this point, I'm lucky. But when I first started, I can remember that every last part of programming, I had to go look up. I had to go read. I had side quests at all time. Like every step was a side quest. Why is my screen blinking when I'm trying to render this thing out? Oh, I didn't know about double buffering. Why is this happening? How do I even write to the screen? How do like everything was a question. I had more questions than answers. And so I constantly had this like the problem of side quests. And I find that to be a very exhausting thing. But as I learned my instrument very, very well, I don't have as many side quests. I become more and more able to just focus on the thing I want to do. And I find that to be something that is just super, super useful. So when I say I'm kind of lucky, meaning that I've spent so much of my life preparing for this moment that now when I have the opportunity to do something, I can just do that thing and I don't like I can be just on an airplane and I can just program for hours. I don't have to look up a single thing. I don't have to do anything. I don't even have to test the code. I can write 1,000 lines of code on an airplane and I'm very confident that it's going to be 98% pretty dang good. And I'm very happy about that because that allows me just to be in the moment, solving the problem I'm trying to solve. Then I have 100% of my brain power solving a problem. And this is why it's the same reason why I recommend learning how to type and learning your editor so well you don't even have to think about the action, because the people that have to, even if you just look down, that's still mental processing power. You have to spend looking at a keyboard in which you already know where the key is. Like you do. You know, at this point, if you've been typing for thousands of hours, you know where the key is. Just stop looking down, you'll learn really quickly. And so it's like this thing where it's like, I'm not going to spend all that time and all that mental effort like looking up the thing. I'm going to just memorize, I'm just going to get it in me and then I can go fast. And it feels good.
Mm-hmm.
And so that's how I'd kind of defeat that, is because now I get to do something where it's like, there's no more questions. It's now me just expressing myself into this medium. And it feels really good.
I'm sure there's still like things that pull at you, like curiosities,
Yeah.
like distractions, like, ooh, I wonder how, anytime I guess you have access to the internet, you're gonna like
Twitter's a big one on that one, yeah.
You're gonna get curious about stuff. Yeah, including, I guess you're speaking about everything in the editor is optimized, but you can always improve stuff. You can always find better sort of plugins and macros and, you know what? This thing that took this pain point I just found, this tiny pain point, let me spend the next 5 days creating a plugin for my editor or whatever the fuck to remove that one pain point when you should have just kept going as opposed to taking the side quest.
So I have a rule.
Yeah.
Which is I do not edit my RC other than some kind of cataclysmic thing, like someone updates a plugin, I didn't know they updated it, and now there's like a hard error in my editor and I have to like move forward. But I have a rule where I will edit my RC, my NeoVim RC or anything, once a year. Something that bothers me, I will write it down. I'll remember it. I'll be like, okay, I want to change that. But I will just not go back to it. Now, every now and then I'll break that rule if I know it's like, I want a new remap to be able to do this one command. And that takes like literally 13 seconds. Like copy, paste, do this, done. Okay, I have this new remap. It made perfect sense in this situation. But I don't go plugin exploring. I don't try to solve every problem. I don't want a perfect editor because that is a pursuit that will never stop. I just go, this is good breakpoint. I won't do it again. So last month, I probably spent 100 hours just like editing every possible thing I could about how I start up my system. And I can have a computer from 0 to 60 in almost no time now. Everything the way I exactly want it. NeoVim, everything all perfectly set up. Happy enough. I'm not going to touch that system again. Maybe I'll touch it next year. Maybe I'll take a year off. It's just, I'm fine with that. I'm fine with not being perfect.